The ingredients arrived, but I still needed time to dry them out and grind them down into a powder form. And finally, a few days later, I finally had the Okinawa Flat Belly Tonic right in front of me. I mixed the powder with water to make the tonic for Susan that same day. I was expecting some bitter, bad-tasting brew that we'd need to hold our noses for, but it tasted delicious, like a dessert drink. Now, I have to admit, I'm usually the most skeptical guy in the room. And even if it had been scientifically proven that this strange mix of natural ingredients melts off belly fat, I was far from being convinced. But the very next day, after drinking it for the first time, Susan texted me. "Hey Mike, I've lost an inch from my waist," she wrote. But I didn't want her getting her hopes too high, so I stayed cool about it. "That's fine," I replied. But a few days after that, she called me excited. "Hey Mike, I've shed 4.5 pounds. Is this normal?" I wanted to get excited for her, but again, I had to hold back. Susan had to lose at least 35 or even 45 pounds, and we were nowhere near that. "Just keep doing what you're doing," I said, taking a deep breath to stay calm.
You have to know that even at this point, I wasn't convinced. See, I'm the kind of guy who has to see something work before my eyes to actually believe it. Like so many people, I was sick of the fad diets that gave people so much hope, only for them to be crushed with disappointment.
But I was about to see the proof when Susan invited us around for a barbecue. It had been just a few weeks since she started drinking her daily tonic. And when I opened the door, I was not ready for what I was about to see. The first thing I noticed was her face, how it had become slimmer, and she'd lost her double chin. Then I looked down and saw the new, slim yoga pants she was wearing, her t-shirt that revealed her midriff. Her skin had firmed up, her eyes looked brighter, and her voice sounded so energetic, so happy. She'd lost 24 pounds, and she looked stunning. And most of all, she looked so young and vibrant, I could hardly believe it. She'd rewound the clock and transformed her body in, what, just 22 days?
Emotion overwhelmed me, and I choked my greetings out, tears welling up in my eyes.
Mark then appeared behind her, now looking leaner, stronger, and more confident. He'd started taking the tonic just 1 week ago, and he couldn't keep his hands off his gorgeous, toned wife. Susan felt like she'd been in a dark room for years, and somebody had suddenly switched on the light. The simple formula from the healthiest island in the world had targeted the root cause of her belly fat, directly unlocking her powerful natural ability to incinerate fat. I hadn't seen my sister so happy for years. I was astounded by the transformation in her body. I was delighted that we'd been lucky enough to stumble on it, especially as 2 weeks later, she emailed me the results from her blood tests, which showed her health was now as good as a woman 10 years younger than her age. She felt far more confident walking down the street with her new slender body. Her hair was shinier and fuller, and even her nails were firmer. One day she bumped into her cousin in the mall who didn't recognize her at first and was stunned by her new attractive look. She was proud to notice her reflections in store windows and see the toned, youthful body she had in her 20s back on display once again. Susan melted away a total of 33 pounds during that short time, and another 21 pounds in the weeks that followed. And even if her results blew me away,
I still wanted proof that this simple solution could help